Ready?
Welcome to Rhythm and Pixels Chat. This is our chat episode for the World 39-6. Can you believe this year we're going to be into World 40?
Well,
this year we're going to hit 40. So right now, the way it's working out is every month is a new level.
So we're a world old enough to drink, for one.
Yeah.
And
it's still older than me, and that's cool.
It's not older than me. I'm still up there, man.
You're 39-8?
No, I am 57-2.
57-2. What was it like seeing the, being in your 20s or 30s when the NES came out?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. But at the same time, imagine going to a job making $5 an hour to save up for your $200. Actually, no, I think the NES was 99. No, it launched at like 150 or something. I have to double check. It's been a while.
Yeah,
but I
remember
know that eventually you could get it for $99.99.
I remember when it was the Genesis Power Package came out with the Sonic the Hedgehog add-in. So that wasn't when it first came out. And my brother had saved up for it, and he had gotten some money for his birthday. And was like, Rob, this is important. Am I going to buy the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis? Because you're going to be playing it just as much as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So this is important, decision.
At least he included you in it.
I know, right?
Like, nope, I'm getting the thing.
And I was like, Tim, I'm thinking Genesis. I love all the arcade stuff. I love what I'm seeing on the Genesis, and I'm thinking that's the way we need to go. And he was like, you know what? I think you're right too.
And that was before Genesis does.
Yeah, Genesis was still doing.
Well, no, it didn't do. It hadn't done yet.
But I'm trying to remember how much it was. I think it was either 150 or 200. So this was for a bunch of 12, 13-year-old kids, a significant amount of money.
Yeah,
I guess it was earlier than that, but still, that's a ton of money.
Like the first console whose price I remember is the Turbo Duo. Because the Turbo Duo was $300, and I remember that being a pain for my mom to buy.
That was the handheld.
No, that was the Turbo Express.
Okay, Turbo Duo was the CD plus
the Mew card and the
cart
Super
combo
2 chip. So I bought that. I was like a Christmas present that my mom got me one year, and I was like begging for the thing in a little bratty kid way.
Yeah.
And it was like it was the only present I got that year because it was that expensive, and she broke her neck to get it. And it's funny, like when she passed away, one thing I found in her belongings was she had a weird drum. It was like a container that had all the United States maps on it, or United States on it. And inside of it was a bunch of old receipts that she kept from when she put stuff on layaway. So I was able to see.
Oh yeah, that's right. What are you talking about? Layaway,
how she was purchasing stuff and how long she put things on layaway to get.
Oh wow.
She did a lot so we could have just random games to keep us off the streets. It was nuts, man. It was nuts. And I remember with the Genesis, I can't remember when we got it. I know we got it early enough though that we got Sonic the Hedgehog with a mail-in rebate.
Oh, okay. So you probably got the one that either didn't come with a game or it came with
came with Altered Beast.
Altered Beast or Last Battle was one of the first games.
No, the first one was Altered Beast.
Was it Altered Beast? Okay.
100%, because Russell got the one with Altered Beast, and he was all bragging, I got the Genesis. And he had that in Mystic Defender. And eventually my brother was able to get the Genesis. I still can't remember how that played out. Maybe it was a birthday present. I think it was a birthday present because for Christmas one year, probably like a year or two later, he got the Sega CD. So I think he got Genesis for his birthday.
Wow, man, yeah. I never saw a Sega CD in person until we were playing retro stuff in high school.
Oh, wow.
So in high school was like kind of late era PlayStation, N64, and I think the PS2 was going to come out 2 years later. But so it was then that Chris Smith was like, "Hey, check this out! I found a Sega CD at the at a garage sale, and I'm playing Sewer Shark." And I'm like, "I've never seen this before in my life."
Makes you feel like it probably sucked that much more playing it that late.
It was pretty. I was like, I was into, I still am into kitschy stuff, the tragically ludicrous, the ludicrously tragic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were like, okay, well, I still like this stuff, but me and Chris were always into we'll watch a Mystery Science Theater. We were watching Plan 9 from Outer Space, all the John Waters movies that would come out, we would go to the theater to see. So that kind of stuff, the so bad it's great is what we were into. In the Sega CD, most of those games especially the FMV games.
Oh God, yes.
So bad it's great.
They actually just re-released one of them. One of the only two we owned.
Which one was it? It was
Prize Fighter.
Prize Fighter.
They just re-released Prize Fighter on Steam. Of all the things, of all the games, get a re-release.
Someone found the footage and was like, "Hey, I can digitize this in like 4K, right?"
Some money.
Yeah,
that game drove me bonkers. Like, it was basically a movie, a boxing movie, but occasionally you had to put in inputs to not get knocked out. Yeah. It was
Yeah, a lot of those games that were FMV where you just had to press the button at the right time. They were never very successful in the way they played, but they were so, especially at the time, really impressive to look at.
I'm just grateful my uncle had a friend who let me borrow Lunar. And then someone else loaned me Popful Mail. And then for my birthday one year, either my birthday or doing some trade-ins from, I would do a lot of collecting cans and then turning them in for money. I think that's how I got it. I bought Lunar Eternal Blue. And that was the only Lunar I actually owned until I got the friend that loaned me Lunar 1 gave it to me when he gave up all this stuff because he was too adult and mature for video games.
It's amazing. Our video game childhood was so different. The games that you talk about now growing up, especially on the TurboGrafx and some of those games like on the Genesis, especially the RPGs, existed for me only in magazines. Like I would never see them anywhere else.
See, now that floors me.
Like I would play a new game, like I would rent them, and even then, there was only what was available at the store. And then if I ever had a new game, it was only one game a year at Christmas. Like that was
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely had a different one because your family sounds like my dad exclusively. And my dad would still probably get like 2 or 3 a year, but he would only bargain bin it. It was always, we'd be like a Woolworth, and this gave like $10 in the bargain. He was like, I'll buy that.
Yeah, but like kids though, like when you're into something, kids will find a way to play. Like you always have like that one friend who had something else, and you go over there. Like I had Steve and Phil, and they had a Super Nintendo, and they were obsessed with RPGs, which I never really understood. So I would go there and just watch them play and be fascinated by it. But now I'm like, wow, they had every Squaresoft game ever made.
That's the thing I kind of wonder if kids even get to access these days. Like,
it's very different.
I miss that element of gaming, even as an adult. Like, as an adult now, if I want a game, I can get it. Thank heavens for that, because it means I'm not starving. But with that said, there's the social aspect of gaming has dried up immensely for me. Like, every once in a while, something will strike like an iron. Like, I got a review game called Pop-U-Com last year, which was a co-op third-person shooter match 3 game, which sounds stranger.
That's a lot of... Okay, co-op, got it. First-person shooter together.
No, third-person shooter.
Okay, it's good. Co-op, third-person shooter. Those things do well together. Match 3.
Yep.
What are you matching?
You're matching colors, so you can fire bullets that have a color into enemies that have colors, and the enemies are all composed of balls.
That's
and
tough.
The balls are different colors.
On these types of games, I'm not hitting enemies. I'm hitting everything around the enemies.
Oh, you would have a lot of trouble with this game because like Matt and I ended up playing because I got the review code. Joe was like, I have an extra one if you can find someone that can play co-op with you. I was like, I think I know just the guy. And I was like, hey, Matt, I got this game. We can play it together. He was like, sure, I'll try it with you. And we ended up playing it. The review came. I was like, this game is fantastic. It's one of my top games of 2025. And we are going to play through this game in this entirely. And we are still playing it. I'll go to visit Matt sometimes. The kids will go to bed. We'll catch up. And it's like, okay, it's 12 night. You want to play until you pass out? He's like, sure. So we'll do 2 levels. I got to go.
I've been thinking about, I don't know how Matt can, I can't do that, man.
He's tired all the time.
Yeah, I can't be tired all the time.
Like, he can't, well, one, you have a toddler still. His kids are all, like, up there now, so he can skirt by a little bit more.
Yeah, but we're the same age.
That is true. But that's what I mean. You have to be more alert with the family than he does. And with that said, he still has caved a bit. Like, back in the day, we was down to like 3 in the morning gaming.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's nuts.
Now, he'll be lucky to make 1. Like, I've left his house at midnight, 12:30. And I'm like, he'll be like, I'm sorry, man, I'm hitting the wall. Like, I understand. We have different lives now.
Well, so yeah, and I have to believe that my life is going to, I'm going to have more energy during the day, just naturally, when he's older and things are different, because they're going to have to be. Otherwise, this kid's going to be like, don't worry, man. My parents go to bed at like 9. We can do whatever we want until midnight.
That's probably going to happen.
That's going to happen.
The hope is that at least your kid is just like, well behaved enough that he doesn't take excessive advantage
of it. Yeah.
Well, my parents go to bed at 9. We can just play some Nintendo 98 or something.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to be like how I remember going to a friend's houses and playing video games in the basement until like 2-3 in the morning, and the parents just upstairs being like just doing whatever.
Yep.
And that's what's going to be. I'm going to be like, hey Ollie, man, look,
you need to go to bed. Send your friend home.
I set up some games downstairs for you. I'm going to sleep. You guys can just drink Mountain Dew and play Nintendo. Like, which Nintendo? The Nintendo. You're playing the Nintendo. Yes, I'm a billion years old. Here's some Nintendo tapes.
Nintendo tapes.
Play your tapes.
No, it's going to be like, here's your Nintendo Psycho insert. Just like plug it into your brain and just go Marioing it.
Yeah.
But like, I do remember there was a couple times back then where like the parents would go to bed. We weren't bad. We just would play games longer than I was expected to be staying at the house. So like, if the mom would wake up and go downstairs and we're still playing, it's like, tell Pernell to go home. Like, okay, I'm going home.
One thing we do, that's funny because I'm thinking a lot about this now because I was talking to an old friend today over Facebook. He's been going through some stuff, and I haven't talked to him in a while. And then he just appeared, and I was like, oh, damn. So we're going to get lunch next week.
Oh, that's great.
He's going to be a grandfather. Actually, no, I'm sorry.
I hate everything.
He is a grandfather because he had a kid really early.
Did I mention I hate everything?
Well, I mean, like, not everyone has a kid like, a year or two right out of high school. Or, not high school, but out of like, college years. So,
trust me, you probably also meant high school.
No.
So I've known many people who had kids.
There
right
are
out
some
of high
other,
school.
there's some other guys, but it wasn't him. It was pretty quickly afterwards. So there's that. And so we're going to hang out and talk, but like it was him. Like we used to would hang out like in Larry's basement like for hours and hours and hours and hours. And then one of the things he would, because up here not up where we are now, but in North Wilmington, like in 2-3 in the morning, like there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
Very
so we
quiet.
would just
and safe.
So yeah, so we would just get out and just wander streets from like 3 in the morning to like 5 in the morning, just doing nothing, just walking around, just looking.
One of my favorite things about visiting suburban friends was exactly that.
Yeah,
because in Wilmington I wasn't doing that.
No, yeah, I was gonna say like, it's very different in the city, but like and like all of the neighborhoods like kind of connect into weird places and. I look back on it now, I'm like, man, if I heard like a bunch of kids just walking around outside, I'd be like, scared, man. What's going on? Like, what are these kids doing? But like back then, like we were just honestly just bored, full of caffeine and just wandering.
I think it's like one of my favorite stories from my teenage years was hanging out with some friends. I used to be, for people who know me, probably already know this, but those who don't know me that level, I was a very straight edge kid who hung out with a lot of drug using friends. Like, I was the weird guy who didn't do drugs. And we used to hang out at my one friend's apartment where everyone would go to do drugs and get high. And I would want to just play video games and wish more people would just lay off stuff and hang out with me and do that. So one day, they were all tripping and doing like hallucinogens. And I was like, I'm just going to leave and go for a walk. So I left this apartment at like probably 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. And I'm just wandering around. There was a nearby high school that I walked over to, snuck under their fence, went into the stadium, climbed to the top of the stadium box, and just like laid up there for a while, hung out, watched the sun come up at one point. Oh, prior to that, though, I just started walking down a road. And before I knew it, I had crossed the state line. I had walked into Maryland, and I just walked a little.
That's so funny.
I was like, wow, I guess I should turn back now. I walked a little too far.
We did the same thing on bikes because we would just get on our bikes and go. But up here, it's different. Like, you just start going, and you're like, oh, wait, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
like that just happens. And when you're in Delaware, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm in New Jersey.
I'm in New Jersey.
I'm in Maryland. What happened?
but it was glorious. Like, I came back.
Yeah.
The sun had come up by this point, so I was gone for like hours and hours.
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 hours.
Just wandering.
And I showed back up, and people were like sleeping on the floor or whatever. And I was like, where the hell did you go? I was like, I went to Maryland.
I went on my own little trip.
I went to Maryland and came back. You went to what? I was like, I went to Maryland. And like that was a story to this day that the friend who lived in the apartment will still tell me. Like, remember that time we just went to Maryland for no reason and came back? I was like, yeah, that was the thing I did. I just wandered a lot.
So my friends in high school, they got, I'm not even going to talk about it on the show because they got into some criminal behavior that got them into some trouble that's affecting their future. Maybe still today. I don't know. But before then, we were still doing some stuff, and we were. Yoshi. I didn't say it the whole thing. Anyway, the high school that we went to was under construction for 1 year. So our junior. Wait, no. Oh my gosh.
Our year of schooling.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Academy Award
winner. Okay, anyway, our junior year it was under construction, so we had to go to another area, another high school. I hated this year. This is my least favorite year. I had to ride a bus. So I walked to school. I just walked to the high school, and then later on I had a car, but I would still walk and then just drive the car somewhere else. And so I stayed with a friend overnight, and these two guys would egg each other on to do anything. They would egg each other on to learn how to skateboard and then skateboard off of something. One of them would break a leg, and they would just keep, and it didn't matter. Like they had this kind of energy that would just escalate and escalate. Yeah. And it was infectious. But I always had a very strong sense of self-preservation. So I was like, I'm not doing crazy stuff. So one of them got rollerblades. The other one said, "Oh, I have a pair. I never learned how to do it." So they would just go and go and go and go and go. And they were right. And so I'm like, I don't have a pair. I never really figured out roller skating. So I had a bike, and I just followed them around on a bike. And so then we went to the high school that was under construction.
Okay.
And there was a tennis court outside, and they were just egging each other on, jumping over the net over and over and over again.
That actually sounds fun, though.
Until they finally got really good at it. Because, again, they were way more coordinated than I was, and I wasn't about to hurt myself. And then they're like, hey, wait a minute. It's 2-3 in the morning.
They went into the school, didn't they?
They were like, the school is just there. And
it's a Tony Hawk level.
It's still under construction. Let's just go inside. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. And so, so here we are. And this is obviously way before like those kinds of like cameras could just be anywhere. So we were just riding through the school, and of course for them
was the door just unlocked, or was there a hole in the side of the building?
There was a door open. Someone had left the door open, so we just went in. And so, but they were on their rollerblades, and I was just on a bike, just riding through the halls.
See, that sounds fun to me.
And then I was like, man, we would have gotten in so much trouble nowadays. And then like the next year we went into that school, and I was like, oh, I know where everything is.
See, don't you miss? That's an era of youth that I regret more kids not having access to.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this in a conspiracy way. I'm saying it in a legitimate way. We are very much a surveillance state now. Like, if you're doing anything, there's somebody going, there's a footage of you doing it over here, there.
The thing is, it's like, we know for a fact that things are safer now than they were then, but we just didn't know then.
Yes.
So not knowing then, we had more...
There was more freedom to it.
And part of it in North Wilmington, a lot of the freedom of being able to get on a bike and just go around the suburbs is because in this area specifically, the population hadn't exploded yet. So like I could just ride up and down the roads that I lived on without any issue because traffic wasn't really that bad. Like nowadays, it's like if I ever caught my son on that road on a bike, I'd be like terrified.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, but what I meant by the element of what I mentioned before, though, is the fact that there were just weird things that we all did.
Yeah.
Like you described, you went to the school.
Okay, yeah.
I climbed on the roof of a church and played hide and seek up there.
Kids are still doing stuff like this, I'm sure. I have to believe it.
But I bet there's more things picking up the movement that they're doing. I'm just like, wait a minute, I saw your kid on camera doing this crazy thing. Whereas, like, no one has footage of me climbing on the roof of a church.
Wow, Ollie, for Christmas, you wanted a balaclava? Like, what? Like, why did you want... Oh, because you want to go out and hang out with your friends.
Oh, you went baklava.
And you want... I got you baklava. You wanted a balaclava. all the time. But anyway, it's delicious. Baklava is honestly one of my favorite things ever.
It's like flaky treat, isn't it?
It's flaky pastry just covered in honey and pistachios.
It's delicious.
Traditional. There's other kinds, but the best I've ever had is the station, Philadelphia, the station, the market,
Reading Terminal Market.
Reading Terminal Market. There's a spot in there that makes baklava
and chocolate covered onions.
Crazy. It's the same spot. That's what
they
do. Yeah. I don't know why they do chocolate covered onions, but I know.
It's a joke. It's intentionally made as a joke.
It's a terrible joke for tourists.
Yeah, it's a touristy joke. I learned about that later on.
Ruin your
I was
night.
just like, wow, why would you sell this? But now we have to try it because it exists.
Right. So,
well, before I know you want to transition.
No. Before we transition, I want to transition to another topic just so that we can get to other stuff before we do our other show. But
because I have a topic.
Oh, what's that?
Remember the thing I started to ask you is like, I'll just ask on the show proper.
Yes.
And if you haven't thought about it, no worries.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's talk about this.
So
because you have a list in front of you.
So the summary for folks who don't know about this, I hit this weird wall in life where I'm feeling like I'm playing a game of Animal Crossing. You know, I haven't done this yet, but I'm looking at like you pay off your house, you furnish the rooms in your house in Animal Crossing, and then after that, I can't speak for anybody else, but I run out of stuff to do. Like I feel lost. I need to come up with some goals. Usually I put down Animal Crossing and move on to another game. Yeah. But I can't do that in life. I can't put down life. So I'm in this weird mindset where I feel like that player in Animal Crossing, and I'm coming up with stuff to do. And a friend suggested make a 5-year plan of just things you want to do and see and play. Just period. So the more complicated part will be what life things do I want to do, places I want to go.
Yeah.
But the easy and fun part is board games and video games I want to play in 5 years. So I'm up to video games, and I was going to ask Rob, what are some must-play video games you could think of where it was like, you'd be like, you have to experience this game from beginning to end at some point in your life?
Yeah, it's true. The games I've played that maybe I finished, you haven't, right? So
I changed that with Hollow Knight recently.
Yeah, congratulations on that. You did Hollow Knight.
I still got to find the path.
I never saw credits on that.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I won't.
Well, now you said
I'm done.
You said you got the shade jump.
Yeah, I got everything I need. I got to the end. I've talked about this on the show. I got to one of the final bosses, right? Whatever the final boss, the Hollow Knight or whatever you fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I could beat this, but it was getting late, and I'll just come back to it. And no, I'm not.
You just never did, because he was. I'll be blunt. He was probably the easiest boss of every other boss. So
I fought so many optional bosses I didn't realize were optional just because they were there and they were cool. And that's fine. Anyway, what could you play? Thing is, like, I played like stuff that's not like 5-year plan game. Like, what, you want to play Vampire Survivors? No. You want to play Initial D? No.
He's like, I'm on a roll.
I'm trying to think of something here, man. Stuff that I want to play and finish in the next 5 years, like Link to the Past. Never finished that one. Super Metroid. I want to finish that one.
See, I played those, and I can tell you need to play those.
Exactly, right? That's the well I'm drawing from.
Well, I'll give you some context. The list I've got so far, which is you're going to laugh.
Let me hear it.
Is considering how many games I've played in life.
Sure.
So I personally wrote on here Unicorn Overlord.
Okay.
Clair Obscure, Dragon Quest 11.
Wait, I thought you've been playing Clair Obscure.
I got to finish them.
Okay, these are finishers. All right.
Dragon Quest 11, Tevi, 13 Sentinels. But then 2 friends last weekend told me, I wrote them, I'm not sure if I'm going to go through the Returnal, Blasto.
Returnal was cool.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Actually, that might be the one.
We had the composer on our show.
A Returnal?
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
We'll have to double check that, because that would be awesome. And somehow I forgot that.
I may have it mixed up.
Or rather, I would have forgotten that person worked on Returnal. Super Castlevania 4, and I mentioned Blasto earlier. So Blasto, for those who don't know, that was Phil Hartman's last role before he died. Oh,
yeah.
Was a freaking video game that so few people know about.
Sam and Max. You got to play Sam and Max.
Which one? Just the first one?
The first one.
Okay, I'll put Sam and Max.
If we're talking about some of the classic stuff. Sam and Max for sure. If we're talking about original, basic, like original stuff. I don't even know if you can. X-Wing? You play X-Wing? You're not a Star Wars guy, though. You're not into like the Star Wars stuff. So.
Nah. If it wasn't Shadows of the Empire, I'm tapped out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it was the thing about that era of like fandom didn't really exist, so it was for the hyper nerds.
It was like just made this random game. It's like, hey, Star Wars people, check this out.
You finished Rez, yeah?
They made the music game?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I did finish Riz.
You finished Riz?
I finished Riz. I played through it with a friend and wrapped it up.
Yeah. Okay, I got to think about this some more. I'll think about this some more.
I already hit the wise guy, and the wise guy said the same thing, which is totally understandable because considering that I have to ask people, clearly I need to think on it more too.
The thing is like we all are after. So everyone who plays games are after different experiences, or not just different experiences, but they're after different things, right? And what you're into and what I'm into are vastly different things.
This is true.
The reason that I like bullet hell games, rhythm games, and fighting games is because it's a continual improvement on a single skill.
Okay.
And I don't think I realized how much I enjoy that. Like, I really, really like just grinding on similar things. I love having new content and things to expand on, but like in the end, it's like, yeah, I just want to get really good at this one thing.
And it's funny you say that because...
Like, yeah, that gives me the high.
Because while I agree with everything you said, the one trade-off, or the one thing about that still applies, is the fact that for whatever reason, my taste in games became so expansive and broad.
Yeah.
That I play every
You play everything. I know.
I may not be the best at some compared. Like I suck at fighters, but I play them.
But I do those exclusively to most everything else.
Which means that your specialty in that regard, like, what are some? I might have played a lot. We played them together, but I'm like, what are the shmups that you're like? You got to play that shmup.
Like if I was thinking like a 5-year plan, if I was only gonna or 5 games, if I was only like finish these specific games in the next 5 years, I'd be like, I want to. 1 credit clear, like a specific number of bullet hell games,
and that's a great concept to try.
And that means you're not playing anything else.
Yeah, because you got to master them.
Right. So Dodonpachi, I've been trying to go after. I can get to level 2, maybe 3 sometimes on a single credit, and there's 6 levels.
What's that? Dodonpachi. There's also Dodonpachi Resurrection.
There's a lot of them. But Dodonpachi is the one I like a lot. I don't know why. Something about the scoring and the gameplay. I love that. And then there's Espagaluga, ESP.
That's the bug one.
That's Mushihime-sama.
Oh, okay.
Which literally means bug princess.
Sorry, I thought now I wonder what Espagaluga was.
Or bug princess god or whatever. Espagaluga. No, she's a flying thing. But no, ESP or ESP Rade.
Okay.
That one's awesome. That's like these guys flying around. Anything by Cave.
Well, yeah, because Cave is wonderful.
But yeah, I'm thinking of the same thing too because I got the emulation computer set up. I'm trying to think about what I want to play.
Well, see, there's
and I set it up and I'm like, I could play anything. I got all these RPGs I want to get up to. Then I'm like, get back. What's going up with Dodonpachi?
You go right back to what you know.
I want to do maybe RPGs. This isn't about me. This is about you.
Superman 94.
Yeah. What are some? Oh, gosh, I don't know. You've played so many things. Are you talking about games that you played that you just want to roll credits on, right?
Or games I haven't played, but I'm perfectly fine with the idea of games I've played but never concluded, which is why I like Claire Obscura's on there. And for some reason, I just played through Resident Evil 7. Because everybody was talking about Resident Evil Village, Requiem coming out, which did happen last week. And I was like, I haven't played Resident Evil 7 since 2019.
Then put this on your list. Games in development. Find indie developers.
Games in development?
And then playtest for them.
How would you do that?
You go online and you find indie game devs on, like, I guess I used to find them on Twitter all the time, but they're out there. Maybe doing game jams and stuff, and you could be like, we'll just play test your game.
I'll write that on, because I've never heard of that before.
And then you do that for them. And then you play something new, roll credits on their game, and you tell them exactly how you felt and what you could improve on, and then you're done. Play the next one.
I mean, I actually did play test a game recently, but it came through SML. It was like a dungeon RPG where they didn't even have the assets plopped into it yet. So you're like, I'm like fighting just these silhouettes, NPCs that were just like NPC goes here.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
It's tough when and I get this because I was dabbling in development for a long time, where it's like I can either focus all my energy and time on art, or all my energy and time on like programming. I'm like, I'd rather do programming, so none of the art's going to be there.
So your entire game is art go here.
Yeah, it's art go here. I did that one thing for Cameron Werma, and I just had them do all the artwork, and then they sent it to me. And I learned how to make a beat 'em up.
I remember that, actually.
Yeah, it came out all right.
I had fun with it.
I could have done a lot more with it, but in the end, it was just...
But that would have required more time that you didn't want to put in or didn't have time to
put
in.
Yeah. Back then, compared to now, had eons of it.
Just goes to show, because back then you would say you didn't have a lot of time. And now you have even less of it.
Yeah,
and I mean...
That is the joke.
And to be fair, I comment on that all the time. Like, it came up recently how it freaks me out how I have all my friends have like kids and spouses, and they're living these family lives. They talk about how they have to juggle to get everything to work. And I'm like, and it came with my friend Mark, where I was like, I don't know, like, what do I want here? Like, do I want this too? Because I don't know how any of you have free time. I have no free time now. And obviously it's,
yeah, I mean, it's true. It's gone completely. And I look at it now like this is the work I want to be doing. This is the important work that I want to be doing.
Do you remember?
I still do everything I still am doing everything I want for myself, but it's so restricted that I have to force myself. Oftentimes especially when I'm tired, force myself to do the things for myself that make me who I am.
And even with
rather
that said,
than just scrolling on my phone.
Even with that said, the next thing that comes to mind is always, when is the last time you remember being bored?
Okay, even before I had a kid, ages. I'm never bored.
Yeah, like boredom hasn't existed in decades.
Well, I'm always interested in stuff too. Like even in high school, like I was constantly trying to find something to do. Like how does I taught myself computer programming. I taught myself this and that, and the internet was becoming real and a new thing. And
that lawnmower man happened to you too, huh?
Yeah, I got the headset on, and I got sucked right into that lawnmower.
Lawnmower man.
Never seen the movie. But no, and then I got into music, and how do I do this, and how do I do that, and so I'm always finding something interesting to get into, and I hope to impart that to my son. But yeah, there's always something to do. That right now, I think what the challenge is if being too tired to not just give up.
Yeah, honestly, it's doubly challenging, because if you ever became too tired but also didn't want to give up, you could very easily get sucked into time-wasting activities too, which in themselves are still things that, if you're enjoying them, so be it. But you're not growing yourself. You're just kind of passing the time.
And even I'm not trying to do I have to take night classes. I'm like, no, I just want to again play a video game for myself, or read a book, or this or that. A lot of my time and energy is because I need to be exercising still, because my body is having issues at this age. I have to be, and I have to be moving, and I can't just sit all day long. So, because now I have a kid I have to keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, of things that we do before this episode's over, we've been watching movies. We got into movies again.
You never stopped being in the movies.
No, I stopped watching movies for a while, but it was right around like Valentine's. Like we ended up, one of our relatives wanted to sit for us. Like, I want to see Ali for the afternoon. And I was like, oh my gosh,
we have freedom.
We got like 4 hours. Like, what do you want to do? And so we went out to see Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, and it was awesome. I was so happy to see that. And she had no idea who these people were. Do you know anything about this?
The only thing I know about them, and I only learned that after you saw the movie, was that they did the We song video.
Yeah, We Shop Wednesdays. It was just like these two guys made this show in Canada when they were younger, and they kept doing it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this is really funny. And then I just never really thought about it before. They were called Nirvana, the band, not just Nirvana, because that's another band.
And up until the moment when the movie was getting announced, I thought it was actually a documentary on the actual band Nirvana.
And they hadn't done anything for 8 or 10 years. And then, but the guy Matt Johnson's been making other movies. Like he made a movie about CIA agents discovering the moon landing was fake, or like making it fake to make it. There was like some kind of weird thing. And they made a movie about the company BlackBerry, and he did a bunch of stuff. And so the fact that they made a movie based on their old show where they go back in time to meet themselves, I was like, we have to see this. And it's
very clever.
And it's widely released. I'm like, we have to go support. We have to like give them money. Mm-hmm. Like we have to go and see this thing. And it was funnier and had so much more heart than I realized. Like,
were there multiple people in the theater reacting?
Everyone was like laughing their heads off. First of all, it was way funnier than it needed to be. Them going back in time and seeing themselves was so funny. And like, and you think that in the world of like computer graphics and visual effects that they just de-aged themselves, or they did this or that. No, they just made this footage 10, 15 years ago and would just cut themselves on top of it.
Wait, what? So they actually recorded footage planning this, or you're just saying they just took old footage they recorded?
I think they took old footage they recorded, and just everything looked about the same. And it was
very cool.
And it was wild how they did some of the other effects, like made it look like it was 2016 or 2000.
Well, they had to add the hoverboards.
They did something with billboards and stuff like that. But then they
flying cars.
The scene where Matt Johnson goes to a movie theater and watches The Hangover, and then hears all of the derogatory, words and stuff that I can't say on the air, and it's like, oh, and everyone's laughing and he's not, and he goes, oh my gosh. That's what convinces him that he went back in time.
That's how I know where I'm at.
I never laughed so hard. But anyway, it was so remarkable. And I was like, oh, we should watch movies again. And so we watched Rental Family with Brendan Fraser, and I cried so hard. It was so good.
Did you also go see Send Help?
No, we were going to go see we were up. It was between Send Help and Nirvana.
Oh, okay.
And we ended up seeing. We were like, well, what kind of we want to do, like a thriller or a comedy? We decided comedy. We'll catch up on Send Help soon. I think that's on streaming now. And Rental Family was so good. It took us 2 nights to watch it because we had so much time.
You only had enough money to rent the family.
Rent the family for a little bit. He's rented out a lot. He's an actor in Japan. He speaks Japanese in the movie, which is pretty remarkable. He does a little bit of Japanese, a little bit of English. And he's there as an actor for, I don't know how many years, maybe a decade. And then he's kind of washed up. He's just doing commercials. And then this group picks him up and says, hey, people will rent you out to do things. And and he accidentally does one where he goes up to a funeral. And it's a guy who's not dead. It's his own. He's rented a whole group of people to be at his own funeral
because he wants to see how people would react to a funeral.
I think what they alluded to was that he was depressed, and I think maybe his family did it for him so that because he was suicidal. So and then we go here. This guy is like kind of a shut-in, and he wants a friend, and so you just go to his house and play video games with him. And another one was this old man. He's an old actor, but he's getting dementia. We want him to feel special again, so you just pretend to be a journalist, and you're doing a thing on his life. But he just connects with all of these people, and so it just kind of like it flips between all these different lives that he's like kind of living in, and it's just so good. It's and by the end of it, he's just so invested in these people, he can't just move on. It's amazing.
I might have to check, especially because you tapped in like what I used to joke about. What I would want to rent people to play Mario Party.
Yeah,
right?
the guy, he comes over and plays video. You don't really meet that guy specifically. He's more a part of the montage, but all he does is play Dreamcast with him.
That's specifically
it's specifically like, I'm like, I know that thing. He's got the big controller with like the VMU in it. Like he's just playing Dreamcast with this guy.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, he does like he does like a karaoke night and all this other fun. It's really cute. We did that, and then I was like, we wanted to watch a bad action movie. We were in the mood for a bad action movie. So we watched, it was John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, and they're in search for what's the drink the water and the Fountain of Youth. Oh, it was terrible.
Was it a comedy?
It was an action movie / comedy directed by Guy Ritchie, of all people. It was terrible. Oh,
I'm thinking Lionel Richie. So who's Guy Ritchie?
Guy Ritchie, he did Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, right? He did Snatch. He dated Madonna for a while.
He did Snitch.
Yeah. It's mainly like big gangster comedy type stuff.
Okay.
And so it's always people talking like really, really the gentle. Snatch. Snatch was Snatch and Lock, Stock were his two really, really big ones. They came out in 98, 2000. You ever see that one? It's got Brad Pitt in it.
Nope. And you know the story with Pernell. 95% chance.
Oh man. Okay.
Never seen it.
Watch these movies. Put them on subtitles because they talk in the craziest like Cockney. Like we can't catch half the British things they say. Oh, it's so deep. But like every other word is like the F-bomb, and like they're all drawing guns on each other, and they got crazy scars. They're so much fun. They're so good. He also did the Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.
I feel like I've heard of that one.
Yeah, 2009. I saw that on Christmas Day.
How appropriate was that?
But anyway, The Fountain of Youth was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I mean, it was
Portman.
It's crazy how many good actors were in that movie.
Maybe they
Stanley Tucci was in that movie.
They owed a favor.
What was he doing in that movie?
They owed the director a favor.
Someone had blackmail on somebody.
Didn't you see the Phoenician Scheme also?
The Venetian Scheme? No, but I want to. That's a Wes Anderson jam, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say yes because you would know better than me. I just know it featured some prominent actors, including Michael Cera.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro's in it. Yeah,
and
I want to see that one.
I will say, without spoiling the how or why, there was a random reference to Delaware, like to Wilmington, Delaware.
Really?
That left me in stitches.
What?
Yeah.
All right, I'm watching this thing next.
It was gold.
I really like Wes Anderson. I didn't like the last one. I forget what it was called, like Astro City or something. I was just bored by it. But yeah, I'm going to catch this new one.
The Phoenician Scheme is great. Like, it starts out making no sense, but from my understanding from my friends who went with me, who took me to see it, that's how all of his movies are.
Yeah, they all start off like that. Yeah,
but it was very confusing. But as everything starts to fall into place, I'm still laughing at things. I'm making comments related to how absurd certain things are. And it was a gem of a film. I walked out smiling. This was worth seeing.
So my favorites of his were definitely The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
Great movie. You would love that movie. I think there's so many good people in it, and it's fast. It's fast and funny. The Royal Tenenbaums.
I've heard of that.
Classic. And Rushmore. That's one of the first ones he did.
I thought that was a documentary film. I've heard of Rushmore.
Rushmore, yeah. And then I didn't like the Darjeeling Limited that much, but what was that one called? Shoot.
So, while he's trying to remember the name of the other movie, for those who don't know, so there's a running joke I tell where I say, do you have a 95% chance of naming a movie I haven't seen if you blurt one out? Which makes me great dating material because I'll always be new to your favorite movie. But
no, it was hold on, it was he was like a underwater explorer.
Jacques Cousteau?
Yeah, it was like a Jacques Cousteau send up.
Oh, are you talking about the Steve Zissou?
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that one a lot.
That had Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah. He's kind of like a washed up, Jacques Cousteau going on a one last adventure, and but he's got he has got a film crew that goes with him and a musician that goes with him. It's very cool. It's very interesting,
but also probably equally wacky. What the heck?
No, it's one of his less wacky movies.
Oh,
his movies range from wacky to really, really quiet and just fun to look at. And that's one of those fun to look at ones.
Maybe I'll give that a shot then. I mean, I like the Phoenician Scheme, so.
Yeah. I'm saying if you like the Venetian Scheme, definitely your next one should be the Royal the hotel, the hotel one.
The Royal Tenenbaums.
No,
the Grand Tuscan Hotel.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
I keep wanting to say Grand Austria Hotel for obvious reasons.
It's so good. It's so good. I almost want to watch it again. It's so good. I love it. It's got Ralph Fiennes in it. It's just amazing.
Okay.
And I swear, you will laugh and be excited the whole way through it.
All right then.
It's just nice that it's so fast.
I'll write this down to Grand Tuscan Hotel.
You're never gonna remember it now.
Hotel, huh?
You're never gonna remember it now.
I'm writing it down.
You're going to Tuscan Hotel.
Yeah, there's like so many films I've never seen. There's so much media in general I've never seen.
There's just too many. I love dogs. I never seen that one. I heard that one's really, really good.
Well, my favorite are pit bulls, but only the well-trained pit bulls. They're so adorable.
God, he's done so many movies. Bottle Rocket was his first one. That's one I've never seen.
Those things are dangerous. You'll put your eye out.
Yeah. Christie's had that one on VHS.
Remember VHS?
Yeah, I know. Darjeeling Limited, I wasn't super into that.
Be Kind, Rewind.
Look at that, he's had a bunch of commercials. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm looking at IMDb now.
This might be one of the longest talk episodes we've ever done.
No, it's about the same.
Seriously?
No, it's about the same when I said, we won't make this one that long, and then I start talking about stuff I'm into.
I do wonder who sits through the entirety of these, but if you do, thank you for actually caring about random stuff we talk about. But, yeah, like... I need to see more movies, and if you find yourself having heard the question I posed to Rob earlier and thinking I can name a couple, by all means, dump them to me, because I am seriously, legitimately putting this list together. Who's to say I'm going to engage in any of them or all of them? But it's a task that I'd like to take seriously, because I think if I'm not going out there and just suddenly getting married and having a kid in 2 years, I'm going to be doing a lot of games and traveling and eating weird food. So I want a list of games. I want to engage them.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me to think of games when I don't play a whole lot, and I'm trying to like drag in that well of like, what did I really like that you need to play? Mm-hmm. I'll come up with them later. I'm sure it'll come up on the show.
And that'd be interesting. Like, wait a minute, that is one you've played that I haven't. I'm writing that thing down.
Sam and Max, you'll love.
I did write it on here.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's great.
I remember like the cartoon, so I know I liked that element.
Think of it like it's a classic point and click adventure, like classic. But anything that you would do in one of those games, you'd have to do the opposite.
Oh,
like it rewards you for just doing dumb stuff. Like, oh, this item clearly goes with this item. No. Just put any random.
Eat the doorknob.
Yeah, essentially. Like where would the thing that you're looking for be? Oh, it's in. You click on somebody, and then he goes and reaches into his stomach and pulls it out. You know, it's like it's dumb cartoon logic is what it is. Well, then once you get into that logic, you can get through the game. But it's fun. It's
because you apply it to actually solve legitimate puzzles.
Yeah, some of the puzzles are just you'll have to look online for, but most of them you can just get through. And the voice acting is great. It's really funny.
I wonder if the voice actors from the game are the ones they got back for the show.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I bet one of them at least. Yeah, because the original game wasn't voice acted, and then soon after they released a CD-ROM version that had voice acting on it, and that's the one I had growing up.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Stacy Con, 94.
We say that every time, and I'll never stop thinking about it.
Because you shouldn't. Stacy Con 94 was a great time.